Hi, I'm Avi, and in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the advanced layout options for your YMCA website. The advanced layout options provide customizations of layout builder enabled pages, the content type, page, and component or block level. You can see here how styles on blocks override those set on the page, and the page styles override those set at the content type level. Let's dig into this a little bit more and understand how this works. Content type configuration is set up under Structure, Content Types, Layout Builder landing page, Manage Display. Once we get here, we want to ensure we're editing the default configuration and then choose Manage Layout. This configuration may not be available for all users, and you may need to ask an administrator for assistance. When you click on Manage Layout, you'll see a similar editor to the one that you have on the page. But now we're editing the default configuration for all pages of the Layout Builder landing page content type. If we expand Y styles, we can see options for the color scheme, border radius, border style, the text and button alignment, the button position, the button fill. Each of these set the default for all pages of the content type that are not overwritten. I have two different pages here. This page does not have the default styles overridden, so it will inherit styles when they're changed at the content type level. This page does have the styles overridden. We'll see if I change the content type styles, the styles on this page will not change. Let's try that out. To change the content type styles, I'm going to go back to the content type configuration. I'm going to change the default color scheme to purple and click Save Layout. Now, if I go back to my default page and reload, I can see that the color scheme here has changed to purple and all of the components on the page inherit those styles. If I go back to my other page and reload, I can see it still maintains its green styles. This is a great way to override specific sections of the site and change the look and feel to suit your needs. Every layout builder enabled page that you create will allow you to override the content type settings. These settings affect all the items on the page unless they're overridden at the component level. To override the settings on a page, go to the page and click Layout. Then in the Y Styles section, check Override Default Y Styles. From here, you can change any of the styles on the page to override the defaults. Once you've changed those, scroll up to the top and click Save Layout. Now we can see the colors changed, the borders changed, the button positions on the page changed. This allows a lot of flexibility for different sections of your site. For even more granular configuration, some blocks have additional styles that can be configured per block. These blocks, like banners or cards, have a Y styles section that allows you to edit the styles. Enter Layout Builder, find the block that you'd like to override, click on Configure, then switch to the Styles tab. You can expand the Y Styles section and see the options here. For banners, we have 5 different variations: overlay, chevron, the standard, the frame variation, and the small variation that hides all but the title and description. You can also change the fill of the button, whether it is solid or hollow. Once you've changed this configuration, switch back to the Content tab and click Update. And here, we've updated the banner styles. You could do the same thing with cards. Click on the pencil icon, then Configure, switch to the Styles tab, expand Y Styles, and you could choose from 4 different variations of cards: standard, an overlay variation, a chevron variation, and a color variation. Again, we'll override those. You can also override the border styles, text or button alignment, the button position, and the button fill at the card level. I'll change a couple of these, go back to the content tab, click update. And now we've changed our cards to match the banner. When editing blocks, you have the option of configuring different styles as well. If you go to the pencil icon and click configure, then under styles, you can see options for background, typography, spacing, border, shadow, and animation. For instance, if you'd like to add some spacing on the top or bottom of one of your blocks, you can expand the spacing tab, choose the option that you'd like to configure, use the slider, then go back and save the block. When you click update, you'll see those changes on your page. When you're finished configuring the options, click on Save Layout. Sections in Layout Builder are also configurable. If you'd like to change the options in an existing section, you can click on Configure the section. You could change the type of container and the gutters. That can be helpful if you'd like to change from a padded section to one that goes edge to edge. You can also change the styles there and configure some advanced options like custom classes. Again, once you're finished with these options, click Update. You can learn more about these advanced options in our documentation at ds-docs.y.org, then User Documentation, Layout Builder, Advanced Options. You can also see all of the variations of the different components that have them under each component, like banner, and click on the Design System link to see a full mockup of all of the designs that are available. Thanks.